A core component of Tines, actions are building blocks we use to create automation stories that can carry out any manual workflow. There are 7 action types within Tines that can perform a variety of tasks. For example, receiving alerts from third-party tools, sending and receiving emails, and interacting with APIs. Each action is designed to perform a specific function. When the function is completed, the result is sent as an event to the action to which it is connected. Every action in a story has access to the events generated by the connected actions, which enables them to seamlessly work together to complete a workflow. Actions can run on schedule, manually, or on receipt of an event from a connected action. The number and types of actions you'll need to build an automation story will depend on the complexity of the workflow you're automating. You'll need to use several action types multiple times to build some automation stories, while others will only require using a small number of actions once. The 7 types of actions in Tines are email, IMAP, event transformation, webhook, HTTP request, trigger, and send to story. You can use the email action to send emails. The event transformation action can manipulate incoming events. It can also provide the ability to create new fields or deduplicate events passing through your Tines story. The webhook action can receive immediate notifications from third-party tools like SIM, case management, and CRM, while the HTTP request action enables you to communicate directly with any tool that has an API. The IMAP action can read emails from your mailbox and emit them as events. The trigger action makes decisions and filters information by comparing the contents of an incoming event with predefined rules. Lastly, the send to story action sends events to another Tines story, a substory, and receives results back from this story. Actions can be configured directly on the storyboard or by clicking Edit in the toolbar. We recommend new users configure actions in Builder mode. Alternatively, more advanced users will likely prefer building stories with plain code. To connect actions and enable them to share data, simply drag a string from the bottom of the source action to the top of the receiving action. An emitted event will be sent to all connected actions. The options block defines the exact function an action should perform at runtime and is unique to each action type. The configuration options available for each action can be seen by clicking the configuration drop-down in the Properties panel. And, of course, full action documentation, including examples, are available in Resources. The options block is a JSON object, which consists of key value pairs. Information from incoming events can be referenced in an action's options block by including JSON paths. For example, here we see an event emitted by the HTTP request type action, named Search for URL in VirusTotal. This is the event that will be received by the email action that's currently selected. We can include event data in the action configuration by entering the corresponding JSON path between 2 sets of curly braces. When the action runs, the specified event data will be inserted into the configuration. When configuring an action, API Autocomplete allows you to more easily define JSON paths in the options block. When a period is entered between 2 sets of curly braces, Tines will provide a list of available keys from the most recent event emitted by the defined source actions. When a key is selected and another period is pressed, Tines will present the keys from the most recent event at that level. When building automation stories, you'll often want to test actions to see what an event emitted by an action would look like based on its configuration. You can do this with the Dryrun feature. Select an action and press the Dryrun button in the toolbar. From the Dryrun modal, you can choose to simulate running that action without any incoming event, with an event previously received by the action, and even with a made-up event. When the dry run is complete, You'll be presented with the event this action would emit, based on its configuration and a source event.